Hello Taurus, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, if you're new, welcome. Hope you enjoy the reading. This will be a general life reading for yourself. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, as that does help to move the videos around YouTube. Let's see what we've got for you for the month. I normally pull out 3 houses which are of interest for the month for you. And then we go from there. Okay, so we've got 11th house, 3rd house, and we've got 9th house. Okay, so we've got Grand Trine, blessings. Got fire element. Looks like something's going to be said. And then we've got void of course moon for the 9th. So if you were wanting to travel, that's going to be delayed. Then we've got Grand Cross Provoker, which is the bottom of the astrology deck. Let's get some goddess guidance. Amaturna, 11th house. White Tara. Cordelia, go outside. Okay. Bottom of the goddess deck is Hathor, receptivity. Let's get a destiny card. Freedom. Okay, that's the 9th house. Let's get a fairy tarot. Six of Summer. The bottom of the fairy tarot is the Sun. So a beautiful card coming in for you. Okay, so let's start here. So for the 11th house, this is the house of friendships, but it's also the house of all sorts of group activities, whether it's physical group activities or whether it's online or a physical, like a book club, something like that. Whatever, any kind of, even an association or a society, anything like that. It's also to do with your ideals, what you're visioning for yourself in the future, what you're aiming for. It's your hobbies, your interests. So those may be, important, a part of that vision. So that all comes in with the 11th house. It's also, your socializing, and it's also about global consciousness and group consciousness. Now, global consciousness and social reform and all of these things are very much front and center at the moment in the world. So this may be coming up for you. It depends on your interests and what sort of position you have in life, or what what you're involved with. So any one of those areas may be coming up. But it's kind of what you're aiming for. It's something that your hopes and dreams for the future as well. So we've got here grand trine blessings coming in for you. So this is saying that some sort of like a flow is going to come in for you. So what has been blocked or what has been difficult for you, you may have had obstacles, you may have had things to overcome. So this is either happening, has just happened, or it's still coming up for you in this house. So grand trine blessings is saying that those obstacles and those issues that you've had, things that have kind of been in your way, will be lifted away, and your path will be smoothed, or you'll have a smoother flow. Grand trine is a lovely flow. It's a very harmonious energy. So that could be happening for you, but it can also be, with this harmony comes in something like closure, or something that is kind of finishing off, like a cycle is ending, or something is closing down, or you are getting closure on something. It can also be the return of harmony, just feeling in a very harmonious place. There's flow, there's kind of like a rhythm to things happening. But it can also be the rising up of talents and abilities as well, things that are inherent in you, and those are sort of rising up. But all of these things amount to blessings of some sort. So whether you are having obstacles cleared, or whether you are experiencing a much more joyful, happier, sort of unobstructed path, or whether this is purely just something that's ending, or something that needs to be closed, or something that, like a project that's going to be completed in some way. So that can all be coming in with the grand trine energy, but it's a very harmonious energy. Completion, flow, all of those words come in with this energy. Now we have got here Nematona sacred space. So create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. So however this applies to you, this could also be joining a group or an association or something like that, that may have a religious or a group consciousness sort of air to it. Or it could be some work that, like I said, something to do with social reform or global consciousness, something like that. It may be that. It may be that you are entering or joining a group or getting involved with a group who have those sorts of interests in mind. And this is creating like a sacred space. I mean, it could be something that you're joining, like a meditation group online, something like that may be coming in for you. But what you are doing is creating a sacred space, whether that is through meditation or through some other kind of activity, but you're with others. It could even be with friends, people that you are kind of connected to in some way. And there's a lot of blue here. So this is like throat chakra. This is communication. Perhaps you are a teacher, perhaps you teach these things, but there's some kind of flow, and there's group movement here, social even, however it applies to you. But it can also be that it's saying that you may need to just create this in your home environment, or if you've got an office, then create it there. And it can be anything. You can put crystals there, you can put candles, you can put special mementos and things that are important to you from your family or from your childhood or from your whatever it may be, or friends, whatever is precious to you. Create a sacred space. So that so that you've got somewhere to place those items in your home, or that is where you sit and meditate. Create a space for you, even if it's a corner in your home, or just an area of your home which is dedicated to that peace and meditation. But it can also be that you may need to create a sacred space with your friends or with other people that are around you at this time. And this is about creating this feeling of harmony, or it could even be closure. As I said, perhaps you are changing groups, or perhaps you're changing some sort of shift or focus in your life. It could even be new ones coming in, but there's some sort of harmony being created here, and you can create harmony by creating a sacred space wherever you are, whether it's at work or at home, or in some sort of group setting that you are joining. But whatever it is, it's going to help to lift you up, and to bring this lovely sort of kind of quiet energy. And it can also be, as I said, going to a place like a tour, or some kind of group endeavor where you are visiting power places. Now, this can be like a tour of castles or of cathedrals or monasteries or other places, even in indigenous culture, whatever it may be. You may be wanting to plan a trip, or you want to be doing something with others in a similar way, who have the same interests as you. You could be wanting to create that as well. Now, we've got here, the next one along is the third house. This is the house of communication. So whether this is to do with this energy that we've already covered, or whether it's to do with something else coming up in your life, we will see, because you have got Grand Cross Provoker here. So there's something that needs to be dealt with. You've got a lot on your plate. So third house is all about communications. So this can be communications you are receiving, but it can also be communications that you are giving outwards. Now, whether this is emails or documents or contracts that you're signing, or just talking to others. If you're a teacher, then that you're certainly going to be using this energy. It can also be just communication with others in general. But third house can also be specific people. This can be general relatives, aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, and it could even be neighbors. But it's kind of got that communication air about it. It's also learning. Normally early child learning. So you may be thinking about that in some way, or it could be children, your children are involved in that, but there's learning involved in that. Also the internet, any kind of electronic communications come in with this, research, and you could also be planning a trip. As I said, maybe that's coming in for you. This can involve cars or maps, things like that, some sort of trip that requires planning. All of these things can come in, and but it's communication in general, and often contracts and documents come up with this as well. So it could be there's some sort of fire is going to be lit here. So fire element desire. So whether this can be translated in a number of ways, because you've got white Taurus sensitivity at the top. It's saying that you are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So whether you are wanting to take a break and get away from your environment, and you're deciding to go on a little trip or a yoga retreat, or just get away somewhere, whether this involves family or friends, however, but something is being, some sort of motivation is coming in for you. But it's saying that because you're going to be in a very sensitive way, just avoid anything that triggers you. And now this can be, as I said, people, it can be places, it can be activities, and it can also be things in your environment like cleaning chemicals or even medicines. Anything that triggers you, anything that's not working for you, you need to do a bit of a check on that and make sure that that this is being dealt with, and just withdraw or just retreat, or create a sacred space where you can just go to get away from it all. It could also be a lot of online stuff as well with the third house, a lot of communications. Perhaps you are busy communicating a lot online or with groups and things, and you may just need to detach from the media. Because that can really trigger you. Too much media, too much of any kind of electronic screen time, basically. It could also be that. But some sort of desire is going to be lit in you. So whether this is the desire to sort this out and clear out and just detach from all these things that are triggering you, or whether this is an idea or some kind of motivation that you're going to get, because this is about desire. It could also be something you need to say. And it could be quite a fiery sort of something that you're saying in a very fiery manner to clear away certain aspects of your life which are triggering you. It could be that. So just being very clear, putting your cards on the table, being very honest, very clear, very upfront. You may have to, as I say, you may have to, get upfront with somebody with this energy. But it can also be about being courageous and having the desire. This is a heart's desire. It can be a passionate desire, so you may be saying something very personal to somebody around you. But I'm thinking it's more to do with clearing your space, because you've got white Tara at the top here. But it could also be that you have a sudden impetus or sudden enthusiasm to do something in your environment, or to go on a trip, or to talk to certain people. Whatever it is, it's kind of like that fire has been lit, the desire is there, that enthusiasm is there. It's also got a seek and claim energy to it. So you may just be doing a lot of research, you may be checking certain things, you may be thinking about doing something, and you've got that energy and that enthusiasm. That is what the fire element is. But it is fiery, and it's a no-nonsense kind of an energy as well, but it's courage, it's passion, whatever you're passionate about. It could be something that you're very passionate about all of a sudden. It could be something that you are just clearing away certain things in your environment. It could be having a sort of an environmental clean, removing toxic chemicals from your home or from your life, whatever it may be. But you're suddenly going to get the urge to do this. But it could also be verbal things that you are saying to certain people, or it's ideas that you are getting out about this, about clearing up your life, about detoxing and so on. You could be releasing this energy to others, or teaching it, or passing on information to others, and it's something that you're passionate about, something that really gets you going. Very fiery energy. It's a clean slate energy as well. So that's why I keep saying I think it's to do with your environment, or clearing out certain things, people, places, and things that trigger you, because this is a clean slate energy. This is planting, removing something. It can be burning bridges in some cases, but removing certain things so that you can actually plant new things, clearing the slate. That also comes in with this energy. Now, it could be, because you've got Six of Summer here, children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently, in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. So this could very well be to do with family members, because remember I said aunts, uncles, general relatives, cousins, siblings, even neighbors. As I say, you may just be encountering somebody at some point, or talking to general family, and you're suddenly realizing certain things, and also with your sensitivity and sort of, there may be aspects from your past relationships or the environments or situations that you were involved in which are going to trigger you, and especially if it's to do with a memory, you may remember something differently from what others have said. It's kind of like a reflection, some kind of reflection. And it could also be to do with, as I said, a past romance, certainly with the desire, the fire element card, that could be coming in. But there's communication involved here. There's some sort of expression or exchange of ideas going on. And so this is why this card may very well be coming up. And you may get a realization, you may get a download, you may suddenly find something out, or something is made clear for you in some way. And with the Grand Trine blessings, some kind of closure may come in as well, especially if it's to do with a friend or a family member or somebody in your environment who you have this situation where you are remembering something differently to them. But they may be delivering a message to you, which is then going to give you closure or completion on something. So just see how that comes in for you there. We've also got 9th house. So 9th house does cover quite a few things. It's normally long distance travel or international travel. That does come in with the 9th house. It also covers adventure, exploration, something that is kind of really that requires planning, and is going to expand you in some way. Now, this can be physical, as in like a trip of some kind. As I said, you may be wanting to do some sort of exploration with a group of friends, or with in a group of some sort, and this is maybe while you're doing all the planning. It could be a car adventure or some other kind of adventure, but this can be a physical adventure like an exploration or a trip, or it could be in the mind, and this could be expansion through learning. Now, you had learning in the 3rd house, but the 9th house is the next level. This is higher learning. This is university, adult education. As I said, if you're a teacher, then this is certainly going to be some aspect of this going to come in, or you could be learning something, or you're just going on a trip. Or want to go on a trip with others, or in some sort of group setting. So that also comes in, but it's also to do with things like religion, belief systems, philosophy, and so on. And so that all comes in, and maybe that is the 11th house as well, because the 11th house can also be foreign things, but the 9th house is definitely about foreign things, foreign cultures, foreign people. So this is where the expansion comes in, because you're learning or you're interacting with others that are very different from you. But it's certainly belief systems or religions. You may be just, part of your trip may be to do with that, or perhaps you're just interacting with others on some level. If you're a university student, you may be learning certain things from others. So all of these things come in, belief systems. But the other aspects of the 9th house is to do with faith. So that's where the religion comes in. So your faith may be tested in some way, or perhaps you are changing certain aspects. Perhaps you are moving away from organized religion. Perhaps you're going to a more spiritual-based situation as opposed to religious-based. All of these things can come in with this card. It also rules the intuitive processes, everything to do with that. And the expression of that, and the understanding, the deeper truth, the deeper meaning of life, or does come in with this as well. So it's the seeking of truth. The law and all legal processes, a higher court comes in with this. So it could be a legal case, or you may be learning the law. That could also come in here. And in some cases it can be a relationship with in-laws as well. Trying to think, well, prophecies sometimes come in with this as well. So it really depends on your interests, where your interests lie in your life, what sort of profession you have, and so on. So 9th house does cover all of that. It's quite an expansive house. So now we did have freedom, which came up. Now, freedom is very much loved by the 9th house. So you could be obtaining freedom in some way through learning, or through expression, or through expansion from travel, or just interacting with other people who are different or foreign from you, or they've got different belief systems. So this is going to open your mind or open some aspect of your life. This house can also be to do with teaching, but also like public relations and promotional work, everything to do with that. And so it's got that strong educational focus as well, but it's got a lovely expansive energy towards it. And this is what I feel it's going to do. It's going to give you freedom in some way, or you could be wanting or desiring this in some way, in some form that I've already mentioned for the 9th house. Now we have got void of course moon missing at the bottom, and then we've got Cordelia go outside. So it is saying that you do need a change of scenery of some sort, and whether this is within perhaps work that you're doing, perhaps you need to expand your thinking in some way, or you're changing your education, or you literally just need to get out into the outdoors. The 9th house is very expansive, exploratory, adventurous, and so on. So this could be, if you can't travel at the moment, then this is a change of scenery around where you are. So get out into nature, get by the seaside. And this is very much May energy. That is Cordelia's energy, May energy. So you have been indoors too long, go outside and get some fresh air. So this is a change of scenery is going to be important for you. It's really going to give you a boost. It's really going to change something for you. And the month of May is important for this. So this is about connecting to nature or to the sea, but just getting out into the fresh air. Now with void of course moon missing, it may be that you have been in lockdown, or you've been in some sort of situation where you haven't really been able to do much, and now it's saying that you need to make a plan for this. Or it could be that you may still be going through this. You may have plans to move ahead with some sort of trip or some sort of expansion in the 9th house, or learning, or public relations, or teaching, or the law, or whatever it may be. But this is saying that you're going to be going through a period where there will be delays, or things just, it's not a good time to be initiating big actions, or making big moves, or putting lots of all your precious energy into something which you want to launch, or you want to sort of create. This is a quieter energy, because the void of course moon, it goes into a shadow period between signs. And it's a shadow period, it's a pause period. So things will be on hold, or you may have to put things on hold and just let things unfold. things may not be what they seem under this energy as well. But if you're going to put lots of energy into something you want to initiate or to set in motion, you'll either get the wrong result or no result, something like that. Things just, it won't come off as you had hoped. So it's best to wait until this energy has passed and then go ahead. So if it's something that you've got in the works, which you're planning or you want to do, then just wait until you feel a shift in the energy. You may just notice it with small things, that you're just not getting the result you require. So wait until the energy shifts. 5 and 2 is 7, so it could be 7 days or 7 weeks. It may even be the 7th month that this might come in. So you're getting a warning if that is the case. But it may be sooner than that. But it's like just a general energy, just to keep going, keep moving in your normal direction or doing what you would normally do. But don't put your energy into something that you really want, that's hugely important and it's going to do a lot of things for you, because you may just not get the result that you want. So it's a kind of a waiting energy. It's also a dreaming and planning energy, and so this is about making a plan, following a dream. The 11th house is about your dreams. The 3rd house is about communication, and the 9th house is external communication. This is like international or foreign or expansion of some sort in this area. So it looks like you want to do something, but you need to plan. And there's dreaming involved and planning, also rest and recovery as well. So it could be that, you may just need to take a back seat for a while until this energy is shifted, and then you can start doing these, spend time in nature, do what you would normally do, get out and about, get some fresh air, because that may very well help you with the planning process or give you inspiration and ideas. But you will have to wait until this energy is kind of shifted before you can go ahead. But it's about planning, and that is very, very important, the planning and the dreaming, because that's how you conceptualize what you want to do. But certainly freedom is going to be coming in there in some way, shape or form. Now also at the some other energy that's coming in is we've got the Grand Cross Provoker. So whether this is just you're coming out of this period now, or whether this is upon you at the moment, see how you go. Grand Cross Provoker is a very busy energy. This is lots of things coming at you all at once. So you may have a quiet period and then all of a sudden you're going to go through a busy period, or you may have already been through this busy period and now you're coming out of it. But it's saying that you're going to be, it's like juggling, lots of things coming at you, but you want to move forward with that. You don't want to be stuck in the same place or getting nowhere with what it is that you're doing. And the only way to handle this intense energy of lots of things coming at you is to prioritize, time manage, and also to communicate with others effectively. And you've got the 3rd house, so that is definitely there. And the 11th house is communication again, but with people around you, groups or friends. And so you will feel provoked. You will feel a little bit frustrated. You will have lots of deadlines. You will have lots of things coming at you all at once. And it's kind of like juggling, but you must do it in a structured fashion. And that is why I say priorities, priority management, time management, and the communications with others to communicate effectively. What this does is it's a catalyst for change. So this will shift you out of somewhere into a new place, but it may be a little bit tricky getting out because there's so much to be done and so many things coming at you all at once. So it's a little bit like juggling lots of things, but if you have your priority list and you keep updating that on a regular basis and get on top of things, and prioritize time for yourself, prioritize time for your partner, or your children, or whatever is your situation. But it builds up a lot of inner strength. And this is what you build, or what you create during this period, will be successful. But it's quite a lot to be dealing with all at once. It's just lots of things coming at you. No sooner do you sort one thing out than something else comes at you as well. Now we've also got here Hathor receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. So what this is saying, that you may be offered help. With the Grand Cross Provoker card, you may be offered help. And this could come from family members. It could come from friends. Whatever the situation is, don't be too proud to accept help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help or asking for assistance or receiving help or receiving assistance. Receptivity means that you need to balance your giving and your receiving energy. So you need to do both in equal measure. You can't just give completely all the time, because then you will deplete your energy and you will deplete yourself, and you'll be coming from an empty cup, and you don't want to do that. You want to be giving and receiving in equal measure. So when receiving is also receiving things for yourself, so give to yourself. But when others offer you help or assistance, or they may be offering something, somebody may be offering you something as well. Then just take it and say thank you very much, and be open to receiving, and be joyful about it, without shame, without guilt, or any of those other negative emotions. Just be positive and say thank you very much, and then incorporate, with the communication, whatever's coming at you, incorporate the help. To and perhaps delegate what needs to be done, but it's about being receptive to help, or to whatever it is that's being given to you or offered to you. Being receptive. Don't bat it away or deny it, or because that person is giving it to you. So receive it well, and also receive and give to yourself in whatever way that may be. It can also be something to do with children. You may be a teacher, you may be dealing with children in some way, or there could be your own children or some other family or members around you. This is it's a very nurturing energy. So children, or children's activities, or any issues around children, whether this is conception or birth or adoption or whatever it may be, sometimes this may come in. So for some of you that may be relevant. But there's nurturing to be given here. And this is nurturing of yourself, number one, and then nurturing of those others around you at this time. But be open to receiving. You need to balance those two energies to tap into abundance. If your scales are out of balance, then you won't be able to tap into that energy, and you can't anchor it down. So you need to be able to give and receive in equal measure. So whether it's help, or just somebody volunteering to do something for you, or to assist you with something, then make sure that you are open to receiving. Then we have the bottom of the fairy tarot is the sun. So this is a lovely, this is a beautiful energy. It's the most positive card in this deck. So plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for the blessings of life. Okay, so this sums up a lot of things. The Grand Trine Blessings is about being grateful for what you have and what you are receiving, whether this is closure or completion, or just harmony and blessings coming to you. There's flow there. You still have to anchor the blessing down, but it's saying that the opportunities are there for you. And it can also be that with this here, with the void of course energy, which we talked about, this is it's a pause period while this is in action. So it's a planning and a dreaming period. So this is very important for you to formulate what it is that you're going to do with this energy that we've talked about. So all of that coming in, and also amazing ideas. And you've got the third house here, which is everything to do. It's ruled by Mercury, which is the mind. So any ideas, you may get a brilliant idea coming in here with this fire element. Something is going to get sparked. Something is going to get ignited. And it could very well be a beautiful idea that you have for something, or something that you want to do, whether it's a trip or something else to do with any of the energies we talked about. But with this Grand Cross Provoker, this is like a proving ground. So whatever gets created or has been, if you're just coming out of this, whatever has been created during this is going to stand you in very good stead. This is going to make you very strong, and you're going to be able to handle all kinds of things later on in your life as well because of this energy. So just know that this energy is coming in for you. It's a very victorious energy, lots of sun, lots of happiness, sunflowers, and just being blessed, and you've got blessings coming in. So be grateful for what you have and what you are receiving, and make the most of this lovely energy after the hard work that you are putting in here. Okay, Taurus, hope you have a wonderful month. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, and take care, and I will see you next time.